My stepsister planted drugs in my bag to get me thrown out of family. 4 years later, my dad found the truth. The moment my dad looked at me and said, "Get out of my house," I knew my life was over. Not because I was guilty, but because he believed I was. And standing right behind him, my stepsister Emily was crying into her hands like she'd just witnessed the most heartbreaking betrayal of her life. What would you have done? Because in that moment, I didn't scream. I didn't fight. I just walked out. 4 years earlier, my life was simple. I was 19, living in a quiet suburb outside Columbus with my dad and my stepmom. My mom had passed away when I was 10, and for a long time, it was just me and my dad. Then he remarried. Emily came with that marriage. Same age as me, same school, same house, but from day one, something felt off. She was the kind of person everyone liked instantly. Friendly, polite, always smiling. Teachers loved her. Neighbors adored her. My dad, he thought she was perfect. And maybe that's why no one noticed the small things. The way she'd accidentally throw away my notes. The way she'd twist stories just enough to make me look careless. The way she'd say things like, "I'm just worried about him," with that soft voice that made everyone believe her. Would you trust someone like that? Because I didn't. Not even for a second. At first, I tried to ignore it. I told myself I was overthinking, that adjusting to a new family just takes time. But then things started escalating. Money went missing from the house. Not a lot, just enough to raise eyebrows. And somehow, it always circled back to me. "I'm not saying he took it," Emily would say gently, but he was the only one home that day. That was her pattern. Never direct, always suggestive, always planting seeds. And slowly, my dad started looking at me differently. Less trust, more suspicion, more questions, less belief in my answers. The night everything collapsed started like any other. I had just come back from a friend's place. I dropped my bag near the kitchen and grabbed a drink. 5 minutes later, Emily walked in. She looked at me, then at my bag, then back at me, and her expression changed instantly. Fear, real or fake, I couldn't tell. "Whose bag is that?" she asked. "Mine," I said. She hesitated, then called out, "Dad, can you come here?" Something in my chest tightened. My dad walked in, already annoyed. "What's going on?" Emily pointed at my bag, her voice shaking. I think there's something in there." "What are you talking about?" I said. "I saw him with it earlier," she continued, stepping back like she was scared of me. I didn't want to say anything, but it didn't look right. "What didn't look right?" my dad snapped. She didn't answer. She didn't have to. The silence did everything. "Open the bag," my dad said. I laughed, actually laughed, because it felt ridiculous. "There's nothing in there," I said, unzipping it. But the moment I reached inside, my stomach dropped. A small plastic packet. White powder. I froze. "What is that?" my dad demanded. I don't know," I said, my voice barely coming out. "Don't lie to me," he yelled. "I'm not lying." Emily started crying. I didn't want to believe it. She said through tears, "I thought maybe I was wrong." That was it. That sealed it. My dad didn't even look at me anymore. He just saw what he wanted to see. "What have you gotten yourself into?" he said, shaking his head. "I didn't do this," I said, stepping forward. "You have to believe me." "Enough," he snapped. "I won't have this in my house." "Dad, get out." Just like that. No investigation. No questions. No second chance. 4 years of being his son, erased in 4 seconds. That night I slept in my car. No plan. No money. Just one thought repeating in my head. She did this. But how do you prove something like that when no one believes you? The next few years were brutal. I bounced between jobs. Construction. Warehouses. Night shifts. Anything that paid. I stayed away from trouble. Stayed clean. Because deep down I knew one day the truth would come out. It had to. Right? Or was I just lying to myself? Meanwhile, my dad cut me off completely. Blocked my number. Changed the locks. Told relatives I had made bad choices. Emily, she stayed the perfect daughter. Went to college. Posted smiling pictures. Built the life I lost. And I had to watch it from a distance. Powerless. Year 2, I almost gave up. I thought about confronting her. About exposing her. But I had nothing. No proof. Just anger. And anger doesn't win against someone who plays the victim better than you. Year 4, everything changed. I wasn't there when it happened. I heard about it later. From my dad. The man who hadn't spoken to me in 4 years suddenly called. I almost didn't answer, but something told me to pick up. "Hello." Silence. Then his voice. "I need to see you." No anger. No judgment. Just something else. Something I hadn't heard in years. Doubt. We met at a small diner. He looked older, tired, like something had been eating at him. For a while, neither of us spoke. Then he slid his phone across the table. "Watch this," he said. It was a video, hidden camera footage. Living room. Our old house. The timestamp was recent. Emily walked into frame. She looked around, then pulled something out of her pocket. A small plastic packet. My chest tightened. No way. She walked over to someone's bag on the couch. Not mine. Someone else's. She opened it and slipped the packet inside, then stepped back and practiced a reaction. Fear, shock, even a tear. Exactly the same performance from 4 years ago. My hands started shaking. "Where did you get this?" I asked. My dad's voice broke. "I installed cameras a few months ago." He said, "Money's been going missing again." Again? Of course. Patterns don't change. People don't change. "They found drugs in your cousin's bag yesterday." He continued. "Emily said she saw him acting suspicious. Same script, different victim. But this time," he swallowed hard, "I checked the footage first." I leaned back. Everything I had held in for 4 years hit me all at once. Anger, relief, pain, validation. "Now you believe me," I said quietly. He couldn't meet my eyes. "I'm sorry," he said. Sorry. That word felt small. Too small. For 4 years of my life. "What happens now?" I asked. "She's gone," he said. "Left this morning. Took some cash, we filed a report." Of course she ran. People like her don't face consequences. They escape. Or at least they try. Here's the twist, though. I didn't feel satisfaction. Not the way I thought I would. I felt empty, because the truth didn't give me those 4 years back. It didn't fix the nights I slept in my car. It didn't rebuild the trust that was broken in seconds. But I still had a choice. What would you have done? Cut him off forever? Or give him a chance like he never gave you? I took a deep breath. "I told you the truth that night," I said. "I know," he whispered. "And you still chose her." He nodded slowly. "I did." Silence stretched between us. Then I said something I didn't expect. "I'm not coming back to that house." He looked up surprised. But I continued. "I'm not walking away either." His eyes filled with tears. "I don't deserve that," he said. "No," I replied honestly, "you don't." Another silence. "But I'm doing it for me," I added. "Not for you." Because holding onto that anger was destroying me more than it ever hurt him. Emily was eventually caught. Turns out she had been doing it for years. Insurance scams, manipulating people, setting them up, always staying one step ahead. Until she wasn't. And me. I built my life from scratch. No shortcuts, no lies, no one to blame. Just me. But sometimes, late at night, I still replay that moment. Standing in the kitchen, my dad yelling, Emily crying, that small plastic packet in my hand, the second everything changed. And now, 4 years later, sitting across from the same man who threw me out, I finally understood something. That wasn't the moment my life was destroyed. It was the moment I was forced to build one that no one could ever take from me again.